Hello guys, welcome to a feeding video with, I'm not quite sure how many I fed to be honest with you. This is Ash molted yesterday, Acanthoscria geniculata. Wait till you see who almost escapes, and wait till you see who gives me a threat posture. You will be surprised, probably not by both, but definitely by one. So stay tuned, and here we go. Okay guys, we're going to start out with the male Nandu Colorado villosus. Be feeding superworm. Yep, he wants it. I tried to feed a female, she wasn't interested, but I'm making sure that we water all these guys up. So it'll be, I did the female, here's the male. We'll be doing the Lasiodora parahybana, the Grammostola rosea. We'll try the Chilobrachys huahini, and then we're just going to feed from there. There'll be a lot of Brachypelma species in this video. All the Nandus that I have. Caropoensis will be coming up. Hopefully the Orthoctone species Laos. The Davos penoralis, young juvenile female. Maybe the Epibopus murinus, both of them. The Neoholteli inse, female, excuse me, the Nandu, Cerradopelma cyanea pubescens, Nikita, will need to be fed because we have a mature male coming for her. So I'm going to get her fed, and same thing with the Neoholteli inse, we have a mature male coming for her. So yeah, without me talking too much, let's get into the next tarantula. Okay guys, here is the Lasiodora parahybana. You can see her right there at the entrance to the burrow. Let's see if she might take a worm. Well, you gotta take that, deer. You can't let it dig. Okay, you don't see this every day, do you? An LP that doesn't eat. No? Do you want it? She can't decide. Doesn't appear to want it. I'm not going to make her eat it. Okay, well, she's watered, so we'll move on to the next one. I don't think she's in pre-molt, but yeah, so we're going to have a kind of busy week here this week. Lots of tarantulas coming in. There will be 10 Lasiodora difficilis coming in. A mature male Neoholteli inse, like I said, a mature male Cerradopelma cyanea pubescens, a Dolichothele diamentinensis, and Ediothella mira slings. I think that's it, right? I think that's it this week. And then in the future, probably in a couple months, a month and a half, 2 months at the best, there'll be 25 to 30 Lasiodora parahybana slings that we'll use for giveaways. So yeah, lots of stuff coming. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this is the Grammostola rosea. Let's see if she's interested in some food. She's actually down inside her little cave entrance there, which she isn't in very often. Let's see if we can get her to come out. Yeah, you like worms. There you go, dear. Yummy. She's something, this one. She's relatively a extremely good eater. One that's not picky at all. Okay, well, she's all watered. We'll put her up and see if the Chilobrachys huahini might be interested in a worm. Okay, so the Chilobrachys huahini did not want to eat, so here is the Davos penoralis juvenile female. See if this one's ready. Definitely ready. Well, possibly definitely ready. And that's going to be a yummy post-molt meal for you. There you go. Stunning. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. And I will be breeding these. Not her, of course. She's still too small. But my female and male. We're going to feed the other female here also, hopefully. Oh, yeah. Now the Chilobrachys huahini came out. I sprayed her down, so she's probably out drinking water. She didn't want to eat, but that's okay. This, you really honestly, and I'm not trying to sell up my slings that hopefully eventually will have, but if you do not have one of these, I would definitely look into them. But you'll be able to see here, I think we could try and feed the male. I think it's been a week. We might try to give him something small. Female's about 4 inches. They can get some. They got a pretty decent sized abdomen for species that, and they're very good eaters. But being slings like this and dwarf species, they are rather good eaters. And I hate to call them dwarfs because, you know, she's all of 4 inches. Topping out as a female. So, okay, let's move on. Okay, this girl's a crowd pleaser because she's a good eater. She has some really good takedowns. This is the Brachypelma vagans female. Get it. Get it. There you go. It was actually kind of a slow takedown for a change from her. Out of the water dish and see if I can get water in there without her killing me. You coming up to say hi? Doing just a little bit of work, which is completely normal for her. But she'll eat anything. She's not picky either. I do have some tarantulas that absolutely refuse to eat worms. I do have some tarantulas that absolutely refuse to eat roaches. So it's nice when you have some that just will eat. You know, I could probably throw a rock in there and she would attack it. Okay, let's move on. Okay, guys, as you can see, trying to tickle out my Brachypelma schwarderi, he decided he wanted to take the palm branch there. I'm trying to find a worm for him. I'm not having much success here. Let's try the other container. There's one. Here you go, buddy. You want that instead? There you go. Can I have this back now? Thank you. It's the first time he's ever done that. That's not really like him, but apparently he was hungry. some watering noise for you. Okay, let's advance, move on. What's coming up next? Don't know. Okay, so we're going to go with the Brachypelma sabulosum male. See if he's... Yep. I didn't even get a chance to see if he's interested. Definitely interested. It's the first time that we've actually got him all the way out. We'll stick with him for a little while and see what he does. I would think that this is a penultimate molt, but you never know. I have not had a brachy mature male yet, so I'm going to guess this guy's about 4 inches. Maybe a tad more. It's kind of hard to tell because, again, I haven't seen him out all the way. Usually he wants to go right back into his little den there. But seeing that he's out, if you can see, you should be able to see relatively easily on the camera the color of the setae hair on his legs, on his abdomen, especially his legs, and you can see the red. Brachypelma vagans are not supposed to have that red. They just have black legs. So it's kind of a way to, an indicator. That's not exactly the only way to tell them apart, but that's an indicator. There's other taxonomical ways to do it, especially with female spermathecae and male emboli and tibial hooks. So you're out, you grab the worm, and you're not going to do anything? I mean, you could, like, at least turn around and face the camera. Maybe not. He's a looker, though. There's no doubt about it. I love the red on the legs. If you looked at the Brachypelma vagans closely from before, you do not see that red on any of her legs. Okay, let's go on. Okay, guys, this is the male Pamphibedius pedersi. Just going to try a small mealworm because it was about 7 days ago that he's molted, so I'm not sure if that's not where I wanted that to go. And that's just going to agitate the crap out of him. Get some water in there for him, and we'll have to get that back out again. Or not. Yep, we're going to eat it. I do have some very lazy tarantulas. I think it's because they see their owner being lazy a lot, so they tend to wait till the food falls right in front of their mouth and they can have the least amount of effort possible to take them in, as you can see here. Fred is a very good example of laziness. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we're going to see if the male Davos penoralis is ready to eat. I'm not quite sure if that's going to be the case or not. It's right behind you, dude. Don't let it dig. Don't let it dig. Don't let it dig. You're letting it dig. You're so close. No, it's right there. Get it. Yummy. Sweet. Mature male fed. Awesome. Okay, let's move on. Okay guys, this is going to be hairy. This is the Cerradopelma starlingi female. Well, maybe not so hairy. She was like right on the side of the enclosure. Take that thing, baby. Okay, she's going to go down to her hollowed out burrow underneath, I imagine. Maybe she'll come back up. I did want to get... Yes, that's what I wanted. She's pretty much established. We can go ahead and put a water dish right here. I can't get you much more of a picture of her than that because of the way she's at. We could try turning. Let's do that without her biting my finger off. I'll just be careful where I place the finger, so. There she is. I could probably just film her all day. You see how she's lifting up? Because the worm is catching a hold of her webbing. She doesn't want to lose it. Someone asked me a question about what I use to film. Goodness, why do I always get the hiccups when I film? What I used to film with and what I used to take my pictures with. It is my Galaxy S5 phone. That's all I use. I love the S5. I've never gotten anything higher, of course, but this is my second S5 phone. I could have got the 7 when I traded in my last phone, but I ended up going right back to the S5 again. I know the phone, I know how it works, and I know the nuances of it, but that's all I really use. We do have the camcorder now, like I said before, so I'm going to try and film something with that on Monday and see how that works so that we can get it set and ready to go to the Buffalo Expo. If that works out well, I'll probably start filming with that more than I will with anything else. So that means I'll have to get a different kind of software program instead of using Viva Video, so we'll probably end up starting out with the Microsoft Movie Maker and then go from there. But yeah, and that's part of what I did the PayPal Me account for, is just to do things like that, to get software, to get external hard drive for the computer if I need it, to get a better lighting system. I have tripods. We do have the camcorder now, and eventually I want to get my own DSLR camera, so it's just mine and not the family camera. And yeah, that's really the only reasons I've done it. And then it'll also help with the giveaways to help cover shipping costs and some other things like that, because I can't continually do giveaways and spend $60 to ship tarantulas out. So well, this is just a very, very nice. She's in a perfect place. We'll take a couple pictures while we're sitting here. That picture could be my new banner right there. I mean, she's set up perfectly. Okay, let's move on. Still got a bunch more to go. Okay, as you can see, here is my male Brachypelma boehmei. Second feeding since he molted. Where are you taking that thing, buddy? You know, you really don't want to go off screen here. I'd rather you come forward and come on screen. I think these tarantulas should come with a instruction booklet so that they know what we want of them. They can read it in their spare time while they're in between feedings or while they're doing nothing in pre-molt. They'll know how to come out and be on camera, how to do really, really good happy dances. For Brachypelmas, this has to be at the top of some people's list as far as the coloring, the patterning, and the bright red. If you can keep the hair on them without them kicking. He came in bald and he molted, and we're going to keep him this way. I don't generally mess with them enough that they want to flick hair. So, okay, let's go on. We still got bunches of stuff to go. Okay, like I said, we're going to be a little Brachypelma heavy for a little while here. Here's the Brachypelma albiceps. We're not feeding Cheeto because Cheeto still looks to be rather large. And yeah, and by the way, Cheddar molted, for those of you that wanted to know. We'll see if this guy's wanting to come over here and get this worm. Oh, come on, dude. You guys are supposed to be good. There you go. Okay, now, can you come forward? Oh, that's a nice picture there, isn't it? By the way, for those of you that have channels or have businesses or whatever that have stickers, Pelt Friction is the only one that's getting free advertisement here. If you have stickers for your business and you want to put them on my table, which would be free advertising every time I film, please send me a message. Okay, let's give him some water. And then we'll put him back and move on. Okay, so here's Arkham. We'll see if we can get a good takedown out of him. Oh, not back there. There you go, buddy. I have found, for some odd reason, I don't think it's the coloring of these guys, that the light just absorbs into them. That I don't get the bright crispness that I generally do with some of the other ones. I know the lighting isn't the most ideal, but let's go that way instead. So he's an immature male that most likely will mature in the next molt. So with the new male coming in and the hopefully breeding of Nikita, if that doesn't take or she happens to eat him, which I'm going to do my best to curb that. We have Arkham here that'll be maturing in his next molt, I would imagine, to mate with her if not. If she does breed successfully with the other male, then I will send him off to somebody else that has a female that might want to breed them as well, and then just do a 50-50 sack split with them. Okay, so let's just keep moving on. Okay, here's Miko. This is the Nandu carapoensis female. Let's see if I can strategically drop this in the right place. There you go, girl. Lovely, lovely species. Some other upcoming news. Again, the Tarantula Tag Part 2 video is going to be coming. I'm going to be filming that at different locations, so it's going to take me a little while to get it started. And, of course, the Eerie Arachnids Worldwide Tarantula Tour, or Collection Tour video, will be starting here relatively soon as well. I do have, like I said before, the American species already done. We'll start doing the Mexican species next. But also we're going to be doing, here in the near future, a collaboration video with Andrew's Tarantulas. So I'm looking forward to that. And sometime in the summer we're going to do something with Tom Moran. So I'm looking forward to that. And I definitely want to do something with Kat and Peyton. Peyton's still here. Well, she'll be here for a little while yet, but she might be moving in a year or so. So I want to do something with those two as well. And definitely Dave Scott and Trey and April. I'm hoping to do a collaboration video with them. So I'm trying to figure out something I can do each month, once a month, a collaboration video with another YouTuber through summer. And hopefully you guys will enjoy those and have fun. Definitely do something with Mike from Casey's Tarantulas also. So some cool things coming up. So let's move on. We're going to try and feed the Ornithoctinae species louse female. We're going to see how that goes. Okay, so as you can see, she's over here in the corner. Oh God, no, we don't want you going that way, sweetheart. Go back down. Go back down. These guys are quick. Let's do it from the side. I should just film from the side to begin with, but you see how fast she was. The worms down underneath her webbing. Can't trust her at all. Definitely one of the fastest tarantulas that I have. Once she grows up a little bit, we're going to move her into something a little bit more suitable for me, a little bit easier for me to deal with. But she is just lightning in a bottle. I dare not even think about taking the lid off again. Apparently that worm and her, she didn't want to be friends whatsoever, so that's the first time I've tried feeding her a worm, and that didn't work out so well for me. I guess it could have been a lot worse because she didn't actually come all the way out of the enclosure, but she was near close to it twice. She's going to go back to her little homage here. See if we bring it back down to earth here. So she's very hard to film because she doesn't move much from that spot unless I guess she's trying to escape. But so now I'm going to have to figure out a way to get that worm out of there without her getting out. So we'll move on. Okay, here's my crazy wandering Brachypelma emilia male. Yeah, definitely hungry. This one likes to stick his feet out of the holes all the time, and my granddaughter, if you watch the video with my granddaughter, she's freaked out by this one because he does that. She doesn't want to be anywhere around him when he sticks his feet out because of course she thinks he's coming out, but you know, as much as I can convince her that he's not, she's 4 years old, so it's kind of hard to get them to understand that. I'm trying to get her over some of those learned fears that she has. She has a terrible fear of worms, not these worms, regular worms. So I'm trying to get her over those fears and make her realize that they're nothing to be afraid of. Same thing with spiders and grasshoppers and all the other things that she likes. Butterflies. Okay, let's continue moving on. We got a handful more to go. Oh, and then we had Ash, the Acanthoscurria geniculata, molted yesterday. I kind of tore the molt, but when I saw the ventral shot of her flipped upside down molting, there's no doubt that she's a female. So I have to decide if I want to keep Rio, which is my other one. I may sell her, but I want her to be confirmed before I do, so we still have a little bit of time. Okay, let's move on. Okay, here is Obi, Brachypelma homori. We're going to eat, of course, that's because stupid owner threw the worm off camera. That's why we didn't get an on-camera takedown, but we'll get some close-ups. Sorry about the camera. Trying to get it to where I want it to be without it tipping over. Right now I'm filming with the ring light, so I know that this is so much better. This ring light is so much better. So when I start filming with the camcorder, I have to figure out a way to mount this ring light, because this just clips to my phone right now. So I may have to come up with some kind of contraption with a piece of board or thin lath board or something that can attach to the tripod above the camera, the camcorder, so that the light will shine down in. And we're going to do some stuff outside this year, my daughter and I. The weather would just warm up and stay warm because it doesn't want to do it. We're actually supposed to have, believe it or not, wet snow here tomorrow. Joy. I'm really getting sick of it, but we're 1.5 inches away from 200 inches, so we might as well get it, right? But we're almost to May. Why we have him down here, I'll put the cover back on him, and I'm going to try and see if we can see these differences between, these are one thing that you can look for between Brachypelma homori and a Brachypelma amelia. Let's see if we can. Okay, so not Amelia, Brachypelma smithi. I don't know why I was saying Amelia. Maybe we're better off with this camera. A little light on this one, probably. All right, I'm going to pause you guys here and just bring the pictures down. Okay, so here's a side-by-side comparison of a Brachypelma smithi and Brachypelma homori. Now, don't go by carapace colors. Okay, that's the last thing we want to do, because the carapace colors on these will change as they grow. This black will come in farther. As Obi gets older, you'll get more black. But look here. If you see the chelicerae here, you see how they're completely black? And look at the legs here. There's no white hairs. Do you see it? Nothing. No fuzzy little white hairs on any of the legs here, especially around the patella area. Now come over here to the Brachypelma homori, which is my Obi. This is a borrowed picture. Look at the chelicerae. You can see this band right here. See that coloration there? Let's see if I can get you guys zoomed in a little bit better. This colored band right here. It's on both sides. Okay, and they're not completely black. They may get a little darker, but you're going to have that band there. And look at the hair. I'm going to zoom you back out now. Look at the hair. See the white hair on the knee and the patella area. Now another thing also, if you look, again, this is, a fresh molt is better to see them on, like probably 7 days after molt, you'll see it better. But the patella here is, you're going to have a reddish color or a deep orange that fades into a white right here, as you can see. Now if you go over here, you can see where the red is right here, fades into an orange color. So you have a deeper color here, and then it fades into a lighter orange, where here you have a lighter colored red or orange that fades into a white. Those are basically the eye test, or what you can use to kind of eyeball the differences between Brachypelma smithi and the Brachypelma homori. And then remember that even though there was a name addition to the hobby, it was not a name change in the hobby. because we've had these all along. The name was just put onto them into the hobby. Again, they were discovered in 1993, I believe it was, if I remember the date correctly. So they've been in the hobby for a while, probably even prior to that, because they were thought to be the same thing, but they're not. And then what happened with the Anitha is that they are the same thing as this right here. So they got rid of Anitha because Smithy's name was prior to that, so it was a senior synonym. That's why you don't have Anitha anymore, or what they call a junior synonym. So whatever's named first, however they name them first, is the one that stays. And then this one here, of course, the name's been around, but it was just added into the hobby last year. So there was no change in species. So these guys aren't always these guys. So not all Brachypelma smithies became homores, but there have been homores that were called smithies before, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay, guys, this is Declan, the Brachypelma ovipilosum male Nicaraguan. Such an easy, simple takedown, which is usually not like him. He's usually a pouncer. But as long as they're eating, that's all that matters to me. Now this guy's got a little bit of, I'm going to have to put some springtails in here, it looks like. In fact, we'll do that right now, because there is a little bit of fungus, which isn't going to hurt the tarantula at all. And you can see the springtails in the dirt. I plan on trying to get a whole bunch of a nice big huge culture of these. We'll see what happens with buffalo. I'd like to get you know, a few thousand of these things. You're gonna try and fit down there, dude? You haven't been down there in ages. I guess you still fit, huh? Okay, let's proceed. Okay, here is Dakota. This is the Euapolatrus campus. Oh yeah. Just gave it a little mealworm because I wasn't sure if it would want anything because it didn't eat the last time. But it did want some this time. Okay. He's not a bringer back outer, so we're going to close him up and move on because he'll just stay down in there and eat his dinner. Here is the blurred out Norman. Pulchra male. Yeah, buddy. Come on, show off your skills. No, you can see how brown he is now. He's kind of into his molt cycle, and as they progress into their molt cycle, they really brown down. I mean, if you look at him, he's not really black at all. He's pretty brown. You gonna take it home, buddy? Oop, yep, fight it. Fight it. Alright, let's move on. So, just so you know, if anybody tells you that Grammostola pulchripes are completely easy and will not threat pose, they lie, because she is doing it right now. She was not thrilled with me trying to get her back down, and she actually bit the tongs. We'll see if she actually wants to eat, maybe. Want to eat that? You want to eat it? No? And then there she goes. And Grandma's still a pulchripes pretty much on her back. I'm not interested in the worm at all. See that? She doesn't want to eat it. She just wants to threat pose it. So we're going to leave her alone. The last thing I want to do is tick off one of the most docile tarantulas out there. That would kind of look bad on me, wouldn't it? But you can see her. You saw her actions, and that just tells you that you can't take the fact that a tarantula is docile, or the species is docile, into consideration when you're handling, or even trying to handle, even trying to feed, or even taking the enclosure lid off, because that's all I did. I took the enclosure lid off. She started to come out a little bit. I just kind of poked her back down with the tongs, and she didn't want anything to do with it. This is my #1 species that I would recommend for a beginner. And look what she's doing to me. Way to go. Make me look like an idiot. This is a female, by the way. I don't think she might be in pre-molt, but I didn't see any signs of it when I looked at her. She's a little bit plump in the back end, but that's not abnormal. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, so we're going to end with this girl, because this is the last superworm that I have. This is the Davos penoralis. This is the one we want to make sure is nice and fed before we start breeding with the male. Now that the male's had a meal, he will most likely do a sperm web soon. Yummy, yummy. It's got all the webbing on it out of there. Move this one over. Get this area nice and wet for her. Okay guys, well thank you so much for watching. Again, I'll put the link again for the merchandise down below, but if you guys don't want to get into that, I understand, because I'm not absolutely 100% thrilled with it. I do recommend the tote bags, though. The tote bags look nice. That square on the tote bag looks much better than it does on a t-shirt. And a coffee cup. The coffee cup looks good. So if you guys are into those things, feel free to check those out. I'll put that link down below, and also the link to the PayPal me account down below. I did have one person already donate, and I thank that person. Once a few more people donate, and if they're okay with it, I will, I'll do a quick shout out video for him. But I didn't ask him if it was okay for me to mention his name. I don't want to mention people's names without them saying it's okay. So some people like to do stuff like that privately and not be put out there. So thank you to him. He's somewhere over in Europe. I would guess somewhere in the Norway, Denmark area would be my guess, but I'm not 100% positive. He's a fan of the channel, and got a hold of me last night and wanted to donate, and he did. And again, I appreciate that. So if anybody else wants to help out, the PayPal me account link will be down below. I'm not doing the Patreon page yet, but I'm going to be looking into that here in the next couple of weeks. And we will have some more feedings to do, and look forward to part 1 of the Euryarachnids Worldwide Tarantula Collection Tour. So thank you guys for watching, and see you guys later. Bye.